All things bright and beautiful. All creatures great and small.
My baby is it.
All things bright and wonderful.
The Lord made them all. Good morning and welcome to your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Oh, why do I feel like this early morning devotion? Hey, eternal.
I think it's your shit. Your shit is
well, this morning, my name is Mike. I'm here with the cutesy and the demure. Danny.
It doesn't fit you. Stop it. Stop it. Just say following from girls.
I'm trying to be with the times and all of that. But hey, come on. Good morning and welcome. It's another scintillating and action-filled Tuesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes,
welcome.
Of course. Today we hope to stir you up with the right kind of energy and looking like an absolute goddess. In the kitchen we have our Titi Laya.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I was wondering, please, where are you going to this morning?
I was trying to be demure and cozy.
Wow. Okay. All right. See you on Mike on the same
I love it when words trend.
Titi is so cutesy in black.
Thank you.
So demure in that neck piece.
You understand? The neck piece.
Oh, man.
And it's matching the shoes.
Thank you.
And she came into the studio with a purse.
Oh, wow. Guys, are you trying to say, wow.
She took it to the next level.
What are you guys trying to say? What are you trying
to say? Beauty on this one. Where's that going to?
Amazing. So you definitely have to tell us where you're headed after this.
She has to.
Would you like to come? Would you like to come? Don't worry, I'll bring you along.
Well, I'm out of Gen Z terms now, so let me go back to my age range. Well, my name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I am Winfrey Agbelish. And today's show promises to be amazing because it's your amazing Tuesday edition right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
All right, you can hit us up on social media at TVC Entertainment across Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC for engagement.
Of course, and don't forget to download our app that is on the Play Store or the iOS. You definitely need to be with us everywhere you go. Make sure you don't miss any bit of it. Also catch us on channel 16 and on UHF band 2049 on terrestrial platform.
Definitely. The app, like we mentioned, also YouTube, that's where you can also catch us. Let's get straight to what we have lined up for today. We have Bumi Okeshola, a social development practitioner who brings extensive expertise in child protection and sexuality education. Now that's of course parenting, and our topic for today is one that you will get to learn something about, getting your child to talk to you when they are being abused.
Yeah.
That's quite something.
Yeah, very, very important. And August has definitely been a blast. So if you definitely are celebrating in the month of August, make sure you stay tuned. That's if only you sent in your shout outs. We will be taking birthday shout outs.
And then we have Kemi Shokwe Agbebi, a multi-potentialite and an instrumental force at the crossroads of career, social impact, coaching, and spirituality. Well, that will be our health expert, and today we will be talking about quite an interesting topic, dealing with depression. Identifying triggers and prevention strategies.
Yes.
Depression, that looks like a word that has been bastardized. I don't know. What exactly is depression? We'll talk about all of that today.
Yeah. And of course, rising Afro swing sensation Tavis releases his debut EP. And of course, Are You Listening? And he drops his new single in the city with production contributions from a whole lot of people in the Nigerian music scene. He'll be here to set the mood. Action. I have something to say.
Yeah,
Someone made my day yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Someone made my day yesterday.
No, you don't have anything to say. Please off the mic.
Mike made my day yesterday.
What did he do?
He bought me a whole bucket of parfait.
Seriously?
Yes.
I did
was
that.
like, really? I was like,
how?
It was a bucket too.
What did you do?
Hey.
What did you do to deserve that?
It's irony because what we saw, it was what we got. Was like this.
But I mean, it was really, I mean, I got home
like this.
and they were at the gates and they're like, they have a delivery for me. And I'm like,
how?
It was like this.
and they said, I'm like,
What? I need to know the secret.
Do you know what this
What
thing sounds
formula
like?
did you use?
You know what this thing sounds like? You know that time when you go and buy
even me,
cake?
I would never know.
You go and buy cake.
Oh my God.
And then you tell them to deliver to you. You now come back home. And now sit down. And like everybody say,
Wow.
that sounds like what we feel saying now.
Anyway,
That's what it sounds like.
my parfait was very lovely.
Oh.
It was exotic. The fruits
Ooh.
inside were not your regular, it was exotic fruits.
What did they sprinkle inside your coffee?
I have no idea.
What she was trying to point out here is what you see versus what you get.
Wow.
Whenever you are shopping or stuff online,
Anyways.
just give a little bit of, how do I put it now?
Yeah.
Margin of error.
Yeah.
How do I put it?
Exactly. I guess.
Is it margin of error? Yes. So, because there's sometimes make your expectations low so that if
Yeah,
they
it
go.
No, so I'm one of those customers that's extremely troublesome because I ask for every detail.
Detail. This one,
And
believe
one-
me,
maybe on a tech day, I'll talk about it here.
Yeah.
One thing that helps me, I buy a lot online, but reviews are important.
Yes.
Yeah.
very,
See,
very
look,
true.
more important than anything. See that part, if you're buying on online stores, the most important place, when you check,
reviews?
the reviews.
Yeah, the
It's
reviews.
so important. You will glean a lot from there.
Anyways, thank you, Mike. I enjoyed my parfait. Thank you.
We have a review of the weather.
Yeah.
Very important.
Good morning. I am Mike Mexicano, and this is the news on Wake Up Nigeria. Residents of Lagos and the nation's capital, Abuja, were left stranded for most parts of the day yesterday, occasioned by the unavailability of fuel. TVC News senior reporter Theophilus Elama monitored the situation and brought us this report.
Long queues are back in the nation's commercial center. Vehicles lined up on a Monday morning as many await to buy petrol, which has become unavailable for days. Illegal merchants, known as black marketers, are also having a field day, selling petrol at higher than the normal price. I tried to engage one of the illegal merchants who said there has been low supply to fuel stations for some days, leading to the long queues at the nearby fuel station. While the queues persist, some guys complain of the treatment meted them in the process of getting the petrol.
And do for is to bring down the fuel. The subsidy is affecting us here and there. The subsidy that they remove is giving us a headache.
Getting to 30 to 1 hour now. The line itself is not moving. We are still battling to even get fuel. Still with our own money, but we are still here. It's something else.
Meanwhile, people are stranded on the road as the fuel crisis takes its toll. Traffic has also been the order of the day as queues spill into major roads. Despite the seeming annoying situation, many here seem to have some optimism still left in them.
I believe Nigeria is a great country. I pray God will continue to bless this country. Even the government, even Tinubu, fine. It's not that easy for him, but I pray God will lead him through.
Around 7, I went to Alakpere side, so there was no fuel. So here now, I've been here almost 2 hours now. So I didn't get the fuel. Everywhere there is scarcity of fuel.
Fuel scarcity in the nation has dealt a huge blow on the economy of many. Even black marketers are taking advantage of the situation to sell at exorbitant price, which is far higher than the official rates put forward by the government. Many Nigerians are concerned about this development and have called on the government to quickly ensure that this is nipped in the bud. Theophilus Elama, TVC News, Lagos.
Now, as Nigeria joined the rest of the world to celebrate World Humanitarian Day, a global event commemorated annually to acknowledge the work and the risks faced by humanitarian workers around the world. The National Emergency Management Agency joins world leaders to celebrate this year's theme, Act for Humanity, by building public pressure to mobilize member states and non-state actors to ensure protection of humanitarian workers and civilians. The emphasis is on the collective action needed to protect humanitarian workers that are attacked while providing critical assistance to vulnerable populations. And in not so good news, a man has died and 6 others are missing after a British yacht sank off the coast of Sicily during bad weather. British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch is among those missing. Sources say his wife Angela Baccaris was rescued. There were 22 people on board in total. 15 people were rescued, including a 1-year-old child. The captain of a nearby ship says he found 15 survivors in a life raft and alerted the Coast Guard. One English woman tells an Italian newspaper she held her daughter with all her strength to stop her drowning. The 56-MA yacht, the Bayesian, was around 700 meters from the harbor when it sank. And that's the news for the hour. We'll take a short recess. We'll be back after this.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon. I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Benga Dainka, the first. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Benga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So,
okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this because I have this question for you. Final question.
Exercises you can do to target your upper body. This workout isn't specific to just females but also men. So if you're ready, let's go. The first thing we're going to start with is back extension. So grab a mat. All you have to do is lay on the floor. I need you laying all the way down. You're going to have your hands. So imagine you want to swim, yeah? Have your hands forward. Bring those hands to the back. Chest out. Bring forward. And take it back. Remember, we're imitating the swimming position. So we're going to do that for 12 reps. Get ready. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it back for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is targeting our back muscles. 5. Right, that was so easy. Next thing we're doing is shoulder taps. So for this one, you're going to be in the plank position. Now this is targeting the upper body, but we also want to target the abs here. So what you're going to do, palms underneath your shoulders, come into a high plank, keep your abs engaged, tight, hold here as you tap your shoulders for 1. Alternating sides. I'm going to do that for under 12 reps. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Let's walk. 1, 2. Control. 3. Try not to move your hips too much. 4, 5. Remember, we're engaging the abs here too. We got 1 more. Cool. All right. Now that was for your shoulders, your triceps. All right. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to do regular push-ups. Yeah. So for regular push-ups, come up, go back, up, and back. That's modified. We're doing the advanced version. Your legs are all the way up. Remember, abs are engaged. Take a deep breath as you go all the way down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Biceps, triceps, chest, shoulders, back, fully burning. That's so amazing. All right, so we have one last one. Now this is called the plank up, down. And as the name says, we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Quick, simple, 4 simple routines you can do at home to get that quick upper body pump. Men, women, this is for you. I hope you liked it. See you next time.
So, you know, on the couch, I mentioned the fact that I was one of those troublesome customers. I'm not a troublesome customer. Please, I apologize. I'm not troublesome, please.
You don't need to tell us we know.
Please, because what I meant by troublesome was I'm one of those people that ask so many questions about products, services, how you're planning to deliver it, what state is going to be in the delivery, you know, like I'm one of those people that actually ask. And I know there are a lot of people that are just very like, are you going to buy? If you're going to buy, stop asking me questions. Yeah. But it's because of issues like what you said earlier, that you just want to be sure that what you're receiving is what you actually ordered. And today, the amount of money we have in our wallets is plenty. Amen. You know, it's plenty. So you don't want any of those errors to really distract you or deter you from even buying online in the first place. Now, there's this post that's been trending online in terms of defining troublesome customers. That's why I say, I beg, I'm not troublesome, please. I'm not one of those people. And in the post, it shows a conversation between a vendor and a potential customer, where, of course, the vendor is a baker. And she calls a particular amount of money for the cake. So, Mike, you know, when your birthday was coming around, we had a conversation about the cake you wanted to order. It was an extremely amazing cake brand from Nigeria. But the pricing was a little higher than anticipated as at that time. Yeah. Mike still kept going forward to, you know, try and negotiate and everything. But it wasn't working. It wasn't happening.
Okay. So,
go ahead.
Okay, so you're talking about troublesome customers. I wanted to get where you're coming from now.
So the pricing was the issue.
Okay, yeah.
So she called cake 40K.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know what the description of the cake was. Right?
Okay.
And the customer then says, you know, no, you know, obviously pricing, and says, the vendor says, no, there's another one you can get for that amount that you're calling. And then she says, no, that's the one I want.
Okay.
Reply fast, please. Like the customer is saying, reply fast, please.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
Right.
As a customer?
Yeah.
Reply fast, please.
Yes.
Really? okay, from there, I'm already getting an impression of who you are as a customer. And I'm like, okay.
Look, you don't care about who I as the
vendor, she replies.
You don't care about who I am. All you care about is my money.
Okay, in that vein, she says the one you want is 40K, ma. Right? Very simple. That one you want is 40K. Very simple. She wasn't rude. She wasn't anything. And then she says, okay, give me the list of things you need for the cake. I will buy them for you. Then add 2,500 for your workmanship.
Who's saying this one?
The customer.
By this time around, you can block and move forward.
Wow.
I would say negotiation is negotiation. No?
How is negotiation?
It's negotiation. No?
Wait.
I call price with you have. Is it that you agree or you don't agree? It's just the same way you go to market. Okay, so price of something, you say, oh, is that the last price? They say, oh, yeah, say something. When they not say something, you not say something. That be shouted. It's not you that say something.
Wait. But would you ever say something like that?
A big brand or a supermarket.
Forget it, Nigeria.
I get the fact that we're Nigerian, but it's borderline a bit, insulting for a vendor who has honed their crafts, studied this stuff, probably gone through business in Nigeria for how many years, and then suddenly someone is saying they want to pay you 2,500 naira for services.
Oh my goodness.
It depends on the type of service, obviously, but I could understand where the vendor was coming from at this point. I don't know. I would never come from that particular angle and say, oh yeah, let me give you all the ingredients, let me give you 2,500 and go and do the cake.
I think it depends on what exactly it is. Of course, this was ridiculous. I'm just messing around. Of course, this was ridiculous. Do you understand? And also, I think it depends on the relationship as well.
Okay.
And all of that. Sometimes you literally meet some stylists or some designers, do you understand? And you guys are probably like half collaborating, right? So it's a situation of, okay, you know what? I'll give you money to buy the fabric, sew the clothes. Do you understand? So there are different ways to just go about it. But anyways, with regards to troublesome customers, there are different types. Now, you're talking about yourself as a troublesome customer. I won't say your own is necessarily troublesome, because the truth is, I want to spend my money and get value for it. And the truth, I will go back to what happened yesterday. As much as, yes, I kept on going about how, amazing the parfait was. To be very honest, I was quite disappointed with the size. And I still plan to message my friend, because she kept on going on about it. And I'm like, it's ridiculous. I'm serious. That thing was literally...
But
this was the size of this thing.
Wow, it was like half.
Yes.
Wow.
Just guess the price.
No, I don't want to ask.
The one we buy here, how much is it?
I don't want.
That one.
How much was it?
It was
about 9,000.
So you can understand when they brought this, trust me, Mike, I unwrapped.
Sorry, what's your hand there?
What's your hand there? It was amazing, but I unwrapped because the package looked at least even slightly bigger. So they padded it.
Wow.
Guys, I mean, it was great. It was good. The
it was packaged. So you were probably paying for the packaging at that point.
Your average parfait,
it's ice and.
Your average parfait. There's ice inside.
Busting nylon. So
there's ice inside.
Yes, there was ice inside.
That packaging is expensive.
There's this particular brand, this particular place where.
I felt it was quite ridiculous.
There's this particular place where I go to buy. I think it was parfait. There's this particular this thing, and then when I went there. You understand? When I went there and all of that, they have this way that when they finish the packaging, they put ice for you.
Yes.
They put it and then they put it
and they put it in there, yes.
The packaging was just so nice that they put ice and then it's chilled like that.
It feels like you're paying for that.
Because I actually did a mental calculation of what was used inside. And I make parfaits at home. I even make yogurts at home. Do you understand?
You made one here.
Yeah, you made one for us on the show.
Smoothie. You guys
smoothie. Okay, smoothie. What's the difference? What's the difference between parfait and smoothie?
There's a huge
difference. What's the difference?
So a parfait is a layered dessert. Any layered dessert.
Blended fruits is what you
call it.
So
put blended fruit and put yogurt.
And now.
It's a yogurt.
Does that make it parfait?
Parfait is granular. It's a combination. Granular fruits, diced fruits. Like and yogurt.
But it's like the same ingredients in different ways on both of them.
Because I actually went on their website to actually look, after it arrived, to look at the prices. I looked for a bowl in my house that was 300 meters and I measured it, it not reach.
Wow.
What's that?
You took this into serious.
Because I was really upset. Not like upset,
okay,
but
so
you're upset.
So on both sides, sometimes customers are disappointed by what they receive, which is why that's why they respond to future vendors that way.
Yeah, so maybe I can say when I'm talking about when I'm a very reviewed product. So there are some e-commerce sites you go to, and then they will even tell you about the. So we even talk about the seller, as in how they put it now, looking at the integrity, yes, exactly, integrity of the seller and their response to people and all that. You can check that one. But like I said, the reviews, because people have used this thing, and then I've been in some places where people will tell you there's some very good reviewers. It's good to drop a review. I don't always drop, but it's good.
Yeah.
Because when you start dropping reviews, when you read people's reviews,
Yeah.
you understand how important it could be to somebody else.
Yes.
And then someone will tell you that, look, after 2-3 months, they don't even tell you, don't review immediately. Hold.
Yeah.
Use that thing for a short while.
And
So
then come back
I've read,
and review.
before I make it, I've made some very big purchases online.
Yes.
On very social ones. I mean, into hundreds of thousands.
Yes.
But before I do that, my review process is painstaking.
Of course.
So I go through, I see people that just bought it and
Yes.
what was their response. Then I see people that have used it 3-4 months. In fact, there's some people that give very detailed reviews.
Yeah.
And then you see the one of they're also manufacturing
But
defects.
also, with businesses in Nigeria especially, you know, sometimes the reviews can be fixed.
Oh, no, but this particular one, no, this particular one is not. Is this particular one? Because you see, the way the site is set up, is you can almost see the contact of the person. And I don't know, the way it is. But like every other market, look,
But
if you job you, you need to be
So
careful.
but I'll say for a situation like this lady now, the cake lady, to avoid this kind of situation. For instance, now that parfait, we did not interact with them.
Yeah.
Websites.
You just ordered.
Website, you get it.
And that was it.
It's just that. No, there's nobody you're texting or whatever. So I feel she should probably do that. Take her business to the next level. And
It is well. We have quite a bit still coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Hopefully you're not one of the troublesome customers. Hopefully you'll be right there when we come back. Stay with us.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadeniyi. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Thank you for staying with us. It's still a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria, and I'm here to look at what we have on the cover of the dailies. And Mike is here with me. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Okay, so for the major headlines right here on the Daily Times for Tuesday, August the 20th, 2024, we have for the major headlines, Tinubu seeks stronger anti-corruption structures in West Africa to tackle graft. Says corruption one of the most significant obstacles to prosperity of nations. We have that on page 2. And above the masthead there, to the top, we see CJN Onogen moves to set aside CCT judgments that removed him from office. And below the image there, we see Supreme Court reserves judgment in Bayelsa Kogi governorship election appeals. Below there, to the left, we have federal government assures safety of humanitarian workers in conflict zones. To the right of that, we have police invites Ajero over alleged terrorism financing treasonable felony. Tinubu flies to France in new presidential plane on page 9. And on the strip, we have Mpox. Resident doctors warn against consumption of uncooked bush meat.
Undercooked.
Undercooked, okay. Yeah, not uncooked, undercooked.
No, we'll talk about how there's this particular, I don't know what to call him now. Eddie Abu, that's his name on Instagram that I follow. And he talks about how, we should reduce, or in fact stop eating over-processed foods or ultra-processed foods, as he calls them. And talking about how as much as it's one ingredient, single ingredient foods and all of that. And then at one point, which I think it was maybe going into shock factor side, was talking about even eating raw meat and said, oh, our ancestors, our fathers, before fire was discovered, they used to eat meat raw and all of that. Don't try to. There's a lot of rubbish that is in those things. Direct disease straight. You're not even. It's not. You don't even take time to form the disease. You're taking it indirect. And of course, there's a lot of reasons why you should not even eat food raw, as it were. Now, even talking about now, they're talking about undercooked. That means that there should be a particular temperature.
Yes.
That it should be cooked to.
Yes.
And there's a particular level it should be cooked to. I know people talk about steak when they take there's medium, there's
medium rare.
Medium rare. There's what there are different types. I don't know. I'm not that bougie with foods and all of that. And so we tell you that the one that they want the different levels and all of that. But I mean, I'd rather have it overcooked than undercooked.
Okay.
You understand? When it comes to food and all of that, there is much more enlightenment. There's much more knowledge being thrown around when it comes to how we eat food and how we interact with what we eat and our guts and all of that. So yeah, undercooked, man,
Yes. So as much as I get the idea behind the whole what he's saying and and all of that. But first, I think it's very important to actually mention that. Please beware of what you consume on social media.
Yeah, true that.
You understand? Because everybody is there as a content creator. They're just doing that for the viewership. Some of them don't really care what effect it's having on other people, or probably they've not just thought it that far. So just make sure that you see something on social media, don't take it hook, line, and sinker. There's still Google. Please go there. Even when you read Google one post, read like 3 or 4 Google posts on a particular topic and all of that. There's no reason should you be eating raw meat. Even now, they say eat sushi. Just make sure, just make sure. No, like see, there's some seafood people actually eat raw. There was this video I was just seeing on social media that the prawns, they were in a hot bowl of boiling water. You know how you don't overcook seafood, but it was live and it jumped and bit a hand.
Yes, now we've seen and it was octopus where they are still moving.
Yes. And they do all of that.
This is no disrespect, but a lot of Asians find it very.
Yes.
Asians have some of the longest lifespans, by the way.
Yes.
So I don't know if that is the reason or some other things, but
my point is that
they love a lot of raw and
yes, but they know they are different,
very far.
And they know how to prepare it in a way that it is not necessarily like dangerous to consume. So, for instance, what you shouldn't be eating, oyster.
That thing.
I don't think. What you shouldn't be eating, overcooked now are vegetables. But when it comes to meats and things like that, I think you probably are safer eating it well cooked.
Yeah, if you talk about vegetables, you ensure that you wash them. If you're going to take them as well, they're very clean, so that you just put them on the final stage and just small heat, and
they're good. Yes, of course. And we're moving quickly on to The Guardian, and here for the major headlines, we have states 600 billion naira road fees stall 90 power telecoms project. We have that on page 6. As fuel scarcity worsens, Atiku knocks Tinubu over subsidy. Refineries delay. We have that on page 3. To the right of that, we have dollar defies fresh intervention, consolidates at 1,600 naira per dollar. And to the left of that, we have ASU issues 21-day strike notice over unmet demands. We have that on page 5. Police invites Ajero over alleged terrorism financing. We have that on page 2. The misplaced priority of state creation agitation. on page 12. Bandits kill Katsina governor's aide, others abduct 29. We have that on page 27. Six presidential jets, experts highlight strength of Nigeria's case. Caution on contractual immunity. And on the strip there we have NEDC to reconstruct Adamawa Borno Link Bridge. We have that on page 27. Yeah, Mike, which of these headlines pique your interest?
I think the one that comes here is talking about the 6 presidential jets. That's talking about, the issue that had to do with two past Ogun states, the governor and the past governor, and the past governor coming up to, and the Chinese coming up to say that he made a mistake, or he was, he was deceived or something, and all of that. And it's just sad things like this happen, and it's all about continuance when it comes to governance. When there's a blueprint, when there's a plan for governance, in whichever way, there's a lot of it that you might not be able to achieve in maybe 4 years of a term, or 8 years, or even 2 terms. But we've seen it that even people that are even aligned in quotes in the same parties, somebody goes out and then you want
everything
to make your
changes.
Everything. It's almost like this thing, this person did it, and because I am not in terms, or I don't like this person this way, everything this person did, no matter what it was, I will stop it and start my own.
So, so in this situation, it was not even a situation of even stopping and starting it. So apparently the contract was awarded, right? But then again, the government changed hands. And then it was a situation where the government actually intended to continue with the project, but with the different people.
People
and
were
all
going
of that.
to manage the project.
Yes,
and that was
manage the project.
And this is something that you see, where we could have been averted if you get your past governor and let's sit down. You were the one that put this thing. This is how it's going to. Baba, how do we do it? I mean, the other time we saw just a few days back where we had President Goodluck Jonathan, we had President Muhammadu Buhari, we had Gowon and the rest joined via virtual listing, and they had a meeting with President Tinubu.
Yes.
You understand? There's something about, you were there before, this, that happened. How did this happen? It should even be more often.
Yes.
Those kind of things should be more often. This kind of thing could have been averted if you didn't have that mindset. But you see, the way they do was deep.
Yes, I feel is actually, and to be honest, to even avert things like this happening, I think it was also important to notice that I think there should actually be a time limit for which certain contracts can be awarded. So that when you know your term is running out, because a lot of things happen like that. Yes. So your time is running out, you now start distributing contracts left, right, center, and all of that.
That was another one.
Exactly.
Because
so I feel things like that
you are using it as an avenue to also accrue wealth, to, because for the contract, you're also having your own court inside. Yes. And then the person delivers nothing.
Yes.
And then something there for donkey years.
Anyways, another thing that what you have noticed as well is the ASU strike pending. Really hope that doesn't happen, but we don't have enough time to talk about that because we need to head over to the kitchen where TT and our chef are standing by.
The Wake Up Nigeria kitchen is about to go boom. Why? Chef Ariola is back. How's it going?
Fine, it's going.
Yeah? How's your weekend?
It was wonderful.
All right. Now, whenever Chef Ari is around, we know something tasty is about to go down in the kitchen. But you need to tell us what we're making today, because I'm trying to identify based on the ingredients I'm seeing, and it's not connecting yet. So what is it? What is it?
So we're making Irish potato pancakes.
Irish potato pancakes. Okay, so potato and pancakes together. Is the pancake the potato? Is the potato the pancake? I don't know. Let's talk ingredients.
All right, so flour
okay.
and potatoes, Irish potatoes.
Okay, fantastic.
Then eggs, so I'm using coconut milk,
okay.
butter,
okay.
then with the side of sausages, salt, brown sugar.
So this is the brown sugar, right?
Yes,
we just left it in the bag there because it's just so great. I love brown sugar. The way it smells and tastes is so different from normal sugar. You have some salt in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So is this seasoning or is it part of the actual dish?
It's part of it. Part of it.
Okay. All right.
So ordinarily we would have onions.
Okay.
But I decided to take it out.
Okay.
I wanted to do something different, which is why I have the coconut milk and the brown sugar.
Coconut. So this is a coconut powder.
Coconut powder.
Yeah. And coconut powder is like it's not grated coconut.
No, it's not.
It's completely
powder.
All right. So this powder
It's
as it is now.
Coconut milk, but in
Dehydrated coconut milk.
Yes.
So once you
just makes it
rehydrate it, essentially you have coconut milk. Interesting. I didn't know that this existed. I will check that out.
So
you need to show me where to get this, maybe later.
And
all right.
We could also have baking soda.
Okay.
So
people put baking soda in pancakes generally.
Generally, and this it's supposed to be part of it, but
right.
I didn't want it to. I wanted it to be dense.
Okay.
Which is why I took it out.
All right.
And then I like to just make something unique to myself, which is why I have this.
So now let's talk about these potatoes. Now, Irish potatoes are good for so many different types of dishes, but what exactly is going to happen to them? Are they going to be fried, boiled, steamed? What are we?
Great.
You're grating them.
Mix.
Interesting. All right, no problem. So where do we begin? What do we start with?
Melting our butter.
Okay.
Grating the pancake and
the potatoes.
Yes.
All right, so there's a lot of grating of potatoes coming our way, a lot of grating, and of course we're going to be rehydrating the coconut milk. Eventually you will see what he's talking about, but you need to stay tuned for that to happen. We have a quick break coming your way. Stay with us.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m., tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on. You're my provider. You're my provider.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Thank you for staying with us. We're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and right now it's time for parenting. Bumi Okeshola is a social development practitioner who brings extensive expertise in child protection and sexual education. Now, with a visionary mindset, she holds a deep passion for the well-being of children and serves as a strong advocate for their rights and protection against abuse. Today on Parenting, we'll be talking about how to get your child to talk to you when they're being abused. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
It's always nice to have you. I love your Ankara outfit.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm good. I'm very well. Thank you. So, I mean, this conversation has been going on, right, over the past 2 weeks. We're talking about child abuse and things like that and getting your child in that space to be comfortable around you. Now, today, we're actually diving into that because we know as Nigerians and the way we were brought up or the way we were used to being brought up, right? A lot of us literally did not have that probably bonding experience with our parents or that openness to have certain conversations. Now, adding the fact that, I mean, sexual abuse is something that is very sensitive, how can we actually make sure we have that type of relationship with our kid for them to be comfortable enough to talk to you about something as deep as sexual abuse?
Okay, so thank you so much for having me today. So we've been having this conversation, like you said, over the last 2 weeks, and this is like the third week. And we've tried to build a foundation, talking about how the most important thing is that you are aware as a parent, and then you build a relationship with your child such that your child can connect so much with you. Like you said, in the Nigerian climate, we don't have that connection and bond as much as we should. Because I don't want to say we don't. As much as we should with our children, such that they can walk up to us and talk to us about anything. They can ask questions, but you know that the children we're raising these days, they like to ask questions. They want to know why. They always want to ask why. So you want to set yourself as a parent. People say, I don't want to be my child's friend, but I say, if you are not your child's friend, or if you are not in that space where your child feels like I can talk to you about anything, when they're experiencing abuse, they won't come to you. So first of all, you want to be that person that talks about those difficult conversations, because those are the ones we usually avoid. When we talk about sex education, sexuality conversation, usually we have a lot of parents shying away from it, but we can no longer shy away from those kind of conversation about the sexual health of your child, talking about puberty, talking about just building that relationship such that they see you as a safe space and you are not judgmental. Because I know that's the reason many children will not talk to their parents. I work with parents and I work with children as well. And by reason of working with children, most of the times when you see a child that is being abused, the fear is usually my parents will not believe me.
True.
So you want to be that person that your child can trust. You want to build that connection such that your child sees you as a safe space. I can tell my mom anything and she's not looking at me with one bad eye. I can tell my mom anything and the next day she's not going to tell her friends about it. Do you even know what happened? Do you understand? Because those are the kind of things that children look out for. So you just want to be in that space where your child can talk to you. Befriend your child. Build relationship. Connect.
Okay. So now you talk about working with kids and then working with parents, right? And then now this conversation is actually very, very important. However, we want to be, I've definitely heard that as well. I don't want to be my child's friend. I'm the parent, right? But I think what's important is to know when to switch from friend to parent. So now, can you help us with tips on how to balance that? Because most times, that's like a lot of people are like, okay, I want to instill discipline on this child. Do you understand? I want to grow responsible adults. So you need to be hard sometimes. So how do you balance that, being a friend and then being the mother or father?
So like you said, Winnie, the word is balance. Think balance. So as a parent, you're wearing many hats. So there are times where you have to be the parent, like in the sense of, these are the things, these are the set rules in our house, these are the values. So as a parent, you are teaching, you are training, you are nurturing. So there has to be that connection between teaching, training, nurturing, and caring for the child such that the child knows that my parent has my best interest at heart. So every time in child protection, we talk about having the best interest of the child at heart. But we always also say this, that we don't know how much you care until we see it. So you are showing it in such a way that you have conversations with your child every day. So it starts from your daily conversation. They are back from school. What do you ask? Majority of the times, parents just ask, how was your day? And the child goes, fine. That's a closed-ended question. You want to ask specific questions about their day. What happened today? Is there anything that happened? Because I believe that it starts from those daily small conversations that you start having with them and build up over time such that when there is a switch,
you will know.
You would know, and you can tell your child that, I observed. So as we would usually go, what's wrong with you? No. We usually say, don't ask. It's too confrontational. So you can go like, I observed you're a bit quiet today. What happened? Is there anything I should know? I would really want to know. You can talk to me. So in that way, you are creating that safe space for that child. And when the child talks, so this is another part that is really important. So whatever the child says, because like I said, it starts from those daily consistent conversations. Whatever the child says, the child is watching out for how you are reacting. So we say, don't react, respond.
And so now let me hold you with the catch there. What's the difference between a response and a reaction?
So reaction is your child tells you that, my friend stole something in school today. Is that the kind of friend you are having? I've told you, I've warned you about. Do you understand? Respond is like, oh, wow. So what happened? What did you think happened with your friend? So you are actually listening to the child. You are not jumping into conclusion because usually that's what you see parents do. That your head just goes like, and you're like, oh, my child, connection with that kind of friend. No, I don't want you with that kind of. So you are not always looking to correct. You are looking to connect by listening attentively, paying attention. Children know where you're not paying attention to them. They are very observant. So they are looking at your body language more than even what you're saying. So you want to be calm. Whatever your child is telling you, calmly listen to your child. Allow the child communicate. And you also respond from a place of knowledge. Not just what I feel, not just how I feel, not just how I was raised, but based on the knowledge I have, because there are sensitive issues and there are deep issues that you want to prepare your child to be able to have those kind of conversations. And it starts from right now.
It starts from now. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So now wrapping things up now, we're talking about, I mean, parents that can't even connect in the first place, right? Developing the habits to actually connect and have daily conversations. Now let's talk about parents that are literally super busy, right? Always away. It's not like they want to, they're just trying to provide for the family. Do you understand? So how would you say, just give us a few tips here and there that they can actually use to create that time, just pocket of time to just have those connection moments with your kids. And also, what if parents have literally already gone far or probably had a parenting style that doesn't serve this purpose you're talking about? Now, how can they circle back and then now start putting in corrective measures to build that bond?
Okay, so the first thing, like your first question, what I usually say is 15% of your day is not so much for you to spend with your child. So if you can commit to, there is a lot you can do in 15 minutes. You can hug your child, you can affirm your child, you can show appreciation to your child, you can ask your child how their day went. You know, you can actually know a lot in 15 minutes. So what I just want to say is, in the midst of being busy, because we can't say don't work as a parent, at least you have to provide for the family. But can you commit to 15 minutes to say, when I get back from work, maybe after taking a shower or whatever, maybe after break or during dinner, I can sit and actually connect with my child. Maybe bedtime when the child is going to bed, because usually children like their parents staying with them, depending on the age of your child. So you can have that connection time at bedtime. You know, just make up your mind that I will give 15 minutes to connect with my child. Now taking it to the other side of parents who probably because of the way they were raised, have found it difficult to have that connection. What I want to say is, a lot of times you have to reparent yourself. We have to do a lot of reparenting.
And there are a lot of materials out there to do that.
Exactly. So there are a lot of resources that can actually, you can read books, you can attend programs, you can attend seminars. Programs like this actually help.
Okay, so I hate to cut you, but thank you so much knowledge packed in that short time. But we'll be having you again next week to continue this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, make sure you actually put this into practice, and not only for the mothers, for the fathers as well. We have Chef and TT standing by in the kitchen. How's it going?
We're doing good. We're getting our Irish potato pancakes ready. And yeah, we've peeled the potatoes. You know, that is a process in itself. And I'm helping Chef Irene with the margarine. So we have some margarine in tubes here. You know, there was a time that margarine in tubes wasn't a thing. But now, times have really changed, right? Margarine in tubes, like seriously, it's like getting margarine in like a toothpaste container.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Like that.
But it also gives you perfect portion sizes, which is good.
Which is good.
So you don't overuse, you know, based on the quantity you actually need, that's what you're actually using. So why are we melting this down? Why are we melting it down?
Okay, so we, because ordinarily, we tend to use oil when making pancakes.
Okay.
But butter gives a better texture.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that off the heat.
So we need it to be in a melted form.
Okay.
And we incorporate into our mixture.
All right.
Majorly because of the texture it gives.
It looks really good. This particular brand looks really good. There are some that curdle. What's that term? That they start to, you know, bunch up when you heat it. But this is really nice. Really, really nice. So what is going on in here?
So we're doing the dry ingredients first.
Okay.
So I've added the salt with the flour and the brown sugar.
Salt, flour, brown sugar.
So separately, so I'm going to do eggs.
Eggs.
And then I'm going to do the butter.
Okay.
So I just whisk that together in a separate bowl.
Fantastic. So wet ingredients in one bowl, dry ingredients in another bowl, and then combine. Fantastic. Let me try and find another bowl for you to start the mixing of the other ingredients. Or maybe I could use this. I could use this one. So the eggs, right?
Yeah, the eggs first.
Let's get the eggs in here. Yeah. Let's see. Got the eggs straight in. Am I adding anything to the eggs at all?
No.
No? All I'm doing is adding some butter in there.
Yes.
Great. All right, some of the margarine is going in there. I need a proper spoon for this.
Actually.
Let me see. All right, I got it. I got it. Okay, so how much of this do I need? Not much, right? All of it?
Yes, all of it.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Okay.
So this one has been properly mixed.
Ooh. So what you have over there is you have the brown sugar, you have the flour.
And salt.
And salt. Fantastic. Brown sugar, flour, and salt. So this is egg and margarine.
Yes.
So you're whisking it quickly for a reason. I think maybe because of the heat of the butter.
Yeah, the heat of the butter, and then also just want to make sure it bubbles also, because we're trying to also achieve some form of texture as well.
Okay. I've never mixed margarine and egg before. I've never done that.
And this is already looking like I'm doing hollandaise sauce.
Nice. And it's combining quite well. Interesting. Okay. Let's see how much more margarine I can get out of this. All right, almost there. Okay. All right, so the wet ingredients are being combined. The dry ingredients are already combined. Next, it's the actual cooking process. We will begin. We're going to take another quick break, get all this tidied up, and we will be back. You don't want to miss a thing. Stay with us.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke. My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire.
My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail. And I dare on top of you, pigeon. I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
you go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give am to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get force. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
We no even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some poria.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So,
okay. So now one chance for enter.
My first question. Do you remember the names
of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? Think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Grind on and make your dream a reality. No lose guard. No food for a lazy man. Welcome to the second hour of your favorite breakfast show.
And on that note,
Nigeria.
On that note, that is how we launch Winfrey's motivational career. If you want a motivational speaker, please come to me straight up. I'm a PA on this one. Another motivational person is also in the kitchen, getting sure that motivation for this morning is set with the meal. But come on, man. Motivational speaking is a good career, Titi, isn't it?
I think everyone needs to have their own inner motivation.
Wow.
Yes, you have to motivate yourself first. Because no matter what anybody tells you, if you don't motivate yourself, in this Nigeria, someone who is definitely motivated when he sees ingredients is Chef Ari. He is grating potatoes. Yes, we see them grate carrots, we see them grate cabbage. Have you ever seen anyone grate a potato? Chef Ari has done it here. And it's coming out sort of like how carrots will come out. That's not looking bad. Can we show them? Yeah, look how it looks. It's interesting. It looks like cheese. Wow. And that's going to go into the pancake, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, we'll get to that and see how far that you're going this morning. My name is Mike Mesikena.
And I am Winfrey Agbedeche. Make sure you remember to use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC on all social media platforms. And the handle is at tvcentertainment_.
Yep, you can watch us via app. Download it across Google Play Store, Apple iOS, or watch us GOTV channel 16, terrestrial band, the ultra high frequency 14.9.
Yes, of
All right,
course.
let's get to know what we have left for the show. Birthday shout out.
Yes, if you're celebrating in the month of August,
Leo.
like I still am, make
Leo.
sure you send in your birthday shout out so we take it right here on the show.
And then we've got KSA on health this morning, and we're talking about dealing with depression. We're talking about depression, identifying triggers and prevention strategies on health.
And of course, for performers, we'll be having Taves, who happens to be a rising sensation on the music scene. Yeah. Action.
All right, that's it. Quite a lot that we have, a little bit of a lot that we have left on the show. We'll take a short time out and be back with birthday shout-outs.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and now it's time for birthday shout-outs. And we'll be starting up today celebrating Aderinto Alayo. The 19th of August is your birthday, and this is from your friend. Happy birthday. And next up, we'd like to celebrate Halimat Akinwande. The 20th of August is your birthday, and this is from Adebawa. Happy birthday, ma'am. And now we'd like to celebrate Jessica Gift. The 20th of August is your birthday, and this shout out is coming from Samuel. Happy birthday, Jessica. You go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more. And now we'd like to celebrate Kayode Oluwa Jomiloju. The 19th of August is your birthday, and your mom is celebrating you. Happy birthday, cutie. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more. Right now we are celebrating Ogundokun Mercy. The 19th of August is your birthday. Your mom and dad are celebrating you. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything. Magdon Rachel, the 20th of August, which is today, is your birthday. And Roland celebrates you. Happy birthday, dear. It's your day. I wish you all the best. This is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more. Richard Wanchuku, the 20th of August is your birthday, and Rejoice is celebrating you. Happy birthday, Rejoice. Richard. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more. Sani Adebowale, the 19th of August is your birthday, and you're celebrating yourself. We celebrate you, sir. Happy birthday. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Oluwa Shemilore Abiodun, the 21st of August is your birthday, and your dad is celebrating you. Happy birthday, dear. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get Shadrach Oluwaseyi, the 22nd of August is your birthday, and your mom and dad are celebrating you. Happy birthday, sir. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more. Ogedengbe. The 20th of August is your birthday, and this is from your children and grandchildren. Happy birthday, sir.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And now I would like to celebrate Aderinto Alayo. The 19th of August is your birthday, and your friend is celebrating you. Happy birthday. And of course, Tosin is also celebrating today. And of course, this is courtesy Ayodeji. The 19th of August is also your birthday. Happy birthday, Tosin.
Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
There's a little bit of mix-up there, sorry about that. And of course, that's it for the birthday shout-outs. If you're celebrating in August, make sure you do send in your birthday shout-out so we can celebrate you right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And there's still so much more happening right here. Make sure you do not touch that dial. We'll go on a break, and we'll be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
All right, welcome back. Now, over the course of the month, we've had KSA in the house. And we've been talking about depression and all of that, coming at it from different angles. And today we're talking about depression, identifying triggers, and prevention strategies. It is great to have you. You are welcome. A very short recap to people who are just joining in. What have we been talking about this whole month so far?
Yeah, so the previous episodes, thank you very much, Mike. It's good to be here. The previous episodes, we had talked about mental health and addressing the stigma that surrounds mental health. Basically, just hinting on the fact that no one should feel stigmatized for raising an alarm about having a mental health illness or going through a depression, phase.
Phase, as it were.
Yes.
Now, but that's the thing. Now, that's one word that I think that many people have misused also. Can you be depressed if you've not been clinically diagnosed of depression? Where do you enter into depression? Where is it no longer just maybe a mood swing? Where does it enter depression, as it were?
Fantastic question. So there are different types and forms of depression. And yes, there are some of them that you have to actually diagnose clinically. So there's clinical depression. There are several, right? But it's always better that a professional actually diagnoses you of depression. So you're not just labeling yourself. So many times people don't know how to differentiate between when they're having a bad day and when they're having a bad life. So the fact that you're having a bad day does not mean that you're having a bad life, right? There are several types of emotions. I mean, I have 3 kids and I teach them on this. You need to be able to be clear and specific when you are actually just being embarrassed or you are upset or you are unhappy. But many times people just group everything together. I'm sad. And then as you grow older, then you say, oh, I'm depressed. Or maybe you were just embarrassed in that situation. Maybe you were just upset, right? And there are different approach or solutions that you apply to each of those unique problems.
So can we say, is there any threshold I can say it has entered depression? At what point do you think one can say this is actually depression?
I think one of the major red flags that I'm really passionate about creating awareness around is when you start thinking about ending your life. So you are going on Google and you are searching how to die. Literally, when you go on Google and you go how to die, it will give you options, because people are actually searching these things, right? So
I remember this show, 1,000 Ways to Die. I wonder why they put up that show on air for a very long time. We used to watch it.
I remember that.
Like giving you ideas.
Yes, or you just think about, you feel like you're losing grip of yourself. You're not the one living your life. It's like you're a spectator in your own life. And you're just going about the day, and in circles and all of that. But one of the major red triggers really is that you're thinking about dying, or you don't find excitement in things that usually used to excite you before, and you have seen that it's a consistent pattern. Then you might need to start thinking of speaking to a therapist.
Nice, wonderful. But then we mentioned here prevention strategies. Is there any way this kind of situation can be prevented if you see it coming? If it starts with that mood swing and all of that, before it gets into full-blown depression, are there any ways we can prevent it from getting to that point?
Yes, I mean, first of all, is for us to educate ourselves. And I'm not talking about the kind of education that you grab on Instagram because you're spending 30 minutes, 1 hour surfing the internet. You actually educate yourself. And I mean, sort of like this awareness as well. So just identifying what is depression, what are the triggers, so that you're not going on this path, right? Prevention strategies, surround yourself with support system. But first of all, it is important that people are finding validation first from themselves as against looking out for it. There's something I talk about a lot, which is called a principle called locus of control. And it's important that you're learning to live your life from the inside out as against from the outside in, right? So you could have an internal locus of control and external locus of control. So for a depressed person, the external locus of control is superseding what is stronger. So, but just finding
self-validation or something?
Yes, self-validation, self-love, and just being fine, being by yourself. But when
self-validation,
self-validation, it's important that your core
is first from within as against the things that happen on the outside. I mean, I've had the privilege to speak to a few, celebrities. And even though they have a lot of fans going after, so from the outside it looks like, wow, this person is doing well. But they're actually suffering within.
Yeah.
Because there's a thin line between fame and handling all of that, all of the positivity and success, and actually losing the core of who
you are, your being, as it were.
And then when there's a major shift, then you fall into depression. So they don't feel that way, even though everybody has all the accolades surrounding them.
No,
so,
ultimately, you made mention now about Instagram. A lot of people, they go online and you pick up something from anywhere just because the person has a mic and a phone or a camera or something and they get to talk and all of that. How do you sift through? Like, I always normally ask this question. If I want to talk to a therapist, someone like you who understands this thing, where do I go to find the professionals in this particular trade that I can talk to that know what they are saying?
I mean, we are available.
but how do I sift through? How do I know that?
How do you sift
how do I know, to separate the chaff, from the wheat, as it were?
From the wheat, as it were. I think for me, it will be to engage the person, know what you're after, and engage the person first of all. For me, I've encountered people that have been to paid therapists, maybe 1-2 sessions, right?
Yeah.
It's a girl that had attempted suicide, not that she's thinking of it, maybe close to 7 times.
Wow.
And then when she reached out, of course, I was talking to her, she said, see, I've been to paid therapists. I don't really believe in this thing, but I just said, let me try it out. But eventually, today, we are like major bodies, right? Our birthday is this week, and I'm like, okay, I'll take you out.
Oh,
right?
wonderful.
So there's a connection you have to feel with the person. It doesn't matter how many certificates they have. So I can't tell you, okay, go to this organization or all of that. I think the key is that you're connected, you feel connected to your therapist.
To your therapist,
so if you find that's the best way to proceed with it. So for me, I'll do like an initial 30 minutes of just a
so maybe a consultation or something.
Yes.
So you consult first before you want to.
And it's not everyone that I can speak with as well. It's not everyone I can feel connected to. So I can't end that relationship at that time. Oh, I'm not the best person to.
So the certification is not even about the certifications, it's about the
certifications. Trust me. I was already counseling people before I even got certified. I was already having major success stories before I got certified.
Because I have somebody who has spoken to me. I told her, oh, go for a therapist. And she was like, this exact same word. She said, I've tried 2 or 3 men. That thing, rubbish, doesn't work.
Yes. Once there's no connection, there's little you can give.
And this person I know has, like you said, has attempted to say like 1 or 2.
You see that? Yeah. But I was saying this to Titi last week that so far I've encountered several suicidal victims, and none of them have eventually committed suicide. I don't know how it happens, but I thank God. All right, but I've met people at their lowest, their barest minimum. But when they see that connection, like this lady I told you, the day we spoke till 3 a.m. She asked me a final question. Are you sure I'm going to be fine after this? And then I said, I have no doubts that you'll be fine. Because if God can't help you, nobody else can. And that was it. But I knew that whatever I said to her that day, this was 24th before December. She was going to kill herself on the 25th. That's Christmas Day.
Wow.
So I didn't even know we were engaging. And so, but that final question was...
Why did she choose 25th on the day
because she
to commemorate Christ's birth?
Sad on a day that everybody is happy.
Yeah, you want to go unleash?
Of course, because her family was kind of like triggers that she was having.
I understand you. I fully understand. So I would say to this person, I would say connection. Ensure that you have a connection with the therapist or whoever you're going to talk to. Thank you so much. This is something that I can take away from and at least maybe start the process.
I'll say this too, some people are doing it like for the money. For me, I have a professional life, right? I have other things that I do. This is just something I find a lot of fulfillment in. I like when you come back and say, hey, because of you, I didn't take my life. And that was the story with this lady because on the 1st of January, she reached out to me and said, I didn't plan to be alive in 2022. This was 2 years ago.
Just 2 years ago.
Thank you for giving me this.
So you're saying now that even if you were not making money from this, you would still find satisfaction?
Oh, I was not. I was doing it free of charge. I just started having paid sessions because I'm busier with my
other things and all of that.
Absolutely free of charge.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Here is me and all of us here wishing you the best. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're saving lives. Well done.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Okay. Well, I hope you were able to learn something from there. For me, it's about connection. That's just one thing I know to tell somebody who might be going through that particular thing, and maybe also tell myself. Tavez is here. We'll be talking to him later, but Tavez is here to perform. Tavez, take it away.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m., tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on.
You're my provider. You're my provider.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policy.
Hello and welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and we have a conversation that's about to begin with 21-year-old Taves, rising Afro swing sensation. Taves released his debut EP, Are You Listening? And of course, he dropped a single with City with production contributions from the likes of TSB, Stormzy, Dave, P Prime, Wizkid, Fireboy DML, and of course Benson. I know we're big friends of Benson right here, formerly known as Buju, right? He is one of our friends of the family. It's great to meet you, Taves. Nice performance.
Thank you.
What?
It was like, I don't know, I've never been on like a TV thing before, so.
You never done live TV?
Nope.
Seriously? It didn't show. It was a great performance.
Thank you.
But an even better song. So let's talk about the song that you performed. Folake?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that one.
I don't know. I've had the song for like 2 years.
Okay.
And it wasn't up until like the ending of last year that I decided that, okay, this is what I wanted to put out.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I knew it was a good song. So I was very, very like firm in my belief that this is what was supposed to be next.
Okay.
And it turned out fine, I think.
Fine is a relative term. We're talking over 300,000 subscribers when it comes to Spotify. I think 2-point-something million streams on this particular song. Did you ever think it was going to be such a hit?
Honestly, no. Just because I didn't know how people would receive it.
Okay.
You feel me? But I knew it was a good song. I wasn't sure about other people. But
all right. So you're 21, yes. Right? Obviously, school is a big thing for people of your age group, right? So let's talk about what you studied.
Computer science.
Where?
In Pan Atlantic University.
Pan Atlantic University. How did that go?
It was interesting. I don't know. I felt like if I was going to study computer science, it would be a thing of like, okay, I'll learn how to hack into this and build this and make this and do that. But it was not what I thought it was.
Okay. So they went back to the basics. It wasn't as interesting as you thought?
As interesting as I thought.
So then music comes into the, into the mix here. You have some influences. Your dad, apparently.
Yeah, he's the one that introduced me to Asha. That was like the first artist that I remember listening to ever.
Okay.
Yeah, so we would go on like these long road trips because he lived in Port Harcourt at the time.
Okay.
So he would come to Lagos, and then when he wants to go back, we'll go with him.
Okay.
Spend like a week or two, and then in the car he's playing all this music like from old Nigerian artists, and then he's playing Asha's music as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think her first album, and I was like 7 or 8 at the time, so I didn't really understand what she was saying, but it was just crazy music. I don't know how to explain this. It was just mad.
You loved the music.
Yeah.
But it's a far cry. You loving music and then actually going into the industry. Talk about that journey. What was your first experience on stage?
I would say I started learning how to play the guitar when I was like 9 because of Asha. And then from there, it was just like messing around with my friends. Like, I used to write songs a lot when I was younger as well. Messing around with my friends, like we would borrow someone's mic, take it to my house and record some songs. We had no idea what we were doing. And then one day in 2019, because I had just left secondary school in 2019.
Okay.
So one day my brother tells me that, he's booked a studio session here for this.
Nice.
Because there was a song I was working on, and then he was like, we should record this and put it out. And then we went to the studio, and that song was the first song I ever made. That was the first song I ever put out as well. And then from there, it was just like a lot of building, because if you listen to my music now and what it sounded like then, the difference is crazy.
So how did you come in contact with Benson, Buju?
I did a cover to his song For Days.
Which song? For Days?
For Days, yeah.
Okay.
Like 2 years ago. And like, I had just become a fan, and like, I was really into his music just because like, it was different from everything else I was hearing. So I did a cover to the song, and then I posted it on Twitter and Instagram, and then he quoted me on Twitter.
Wow.
And at first, I wasn't even sure if it was actually him, because there's all these parody accounts, so, but I checked, and then I saw the verification and the amount of followers, and it busted my head.
It busted your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really crazy.
So, all right, from doing covers, recording with your friends, now you're literally in people's faces. People are really feeling your music. Did you ever expect that sort of response?
I mean, I felt like it would come at some point, just not, it didn't come when I expected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was not a thing of like, I wasn't ready, or not ready, but I just realized that you're never actually ready. It's like, you build as time was passing.
All right.
Yeah.
So how's the industry been treating you, though? Do you feel, that same excitement as when you started right now?
It's a different kind of excitement. Just because, like, when I started, there was a lot of stuff that I was looking forward to, and a lot of stuff that was blowing my mind. Like, anytime anything small happened, I would be so excited. But now I'm used to it just because it's a lot of good things that have been happening by God's grace. And, like, the excitement now comes from, like, trying to beat what I did before. You feel me? So if I feel like I've done a better job than I did yesterday, then I'm up.
All right, then. Now, I know you're already working in the studio on something, but your EP is out. Let's talk about the songs on the EP. Which one are you feeling the most?
I think it was TSC that shot it. It's really, really good. So, like, we kind of got the idea, and then he kind of fine-tuned it and then turned it into this. I wasn't really expecting it to be as crazy as it was, but people really like it.
Bodija is a place in Ibadan.
Yeah.
Yeah? You named a song after a place in Ibadan. Yes. Okay, you need to explain that.
It's just, I don't know, when I was in secondary school, there were a lot of fine girls in my class, right? And then a lot of them lived in Bodija. The one that I liked at the time lived in Bodija. So that's just kind of where the whole thing came from. It's not really anything.
It's not deep.
It's not deep.
But did you live in Ibadan?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, how long?
For like 11 years.
11 years in Ibadan. So, because I saw somewhere that, you know, you're the young one from Ibadan. You're the one repping Ibadan right now. As a lot of artists have repped their states, you know, some are repping Benin, some are repping Port Harcourt. You're repping Ibadan, and you're good with this, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so Ibadan to the world?
Ibadan to the world.
All right then, Taves, it's great to meet you. I really love the performance you gave us earlier on. I actually was so happy to, you know, hear that you can make it for us this morning. We have something in the kitchen that we've been working on. Would you be willing to taste it?
It's going. Yeah.
All right, we're heading over to the kitchen.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Wow, okay, Tuesday morning, back in the kitchen. Chef Ari, what do we have here?
All right, so this is called box tea. B-O-X-T-Y.
Really?
Yes, that's what it's called.
Box tea. Interesting.
Irish potato pancake.
Irish potato pancakes. Taves, welcome to the kitchen. He's put together these pancakes right here. We started everything basically from scratch. Everything from scratch right here in the kitchen. And Mike, for some reason, is fiddling with that pan.
Yeah.
I think from last week, there's this confidence he's gained.
Inside your mouth.
Wow.
Mike,
Such violence.
On that side.
All right, please have a taste and tell us what you think.
We're switching it now. Let's one know overdone.
I know that you're from Ibadan, but go ahead. You like it?
Box tea is
You didn't know what to expect.
I did not know what to expect.
Nice. Well done, Chef.
All right. All right.
Well done. And thanks to everyone who joined us on today's edition of Wake Up Nigeria. It's always amazing having you here. We'll be here same time tomorrow.